Hello, welcome to Summary Notes episode number 2. This is for lessons 1.1F part 1 to lesson 1.1G part 2. At this time, you should have returned from the library or your printer, and you should have printed off the 2 sheets of paper for these summary notes. If you printed back to back, that's totally fine as well. So we're going to go ahead and begin with lesson 1.1F part 1. Now, as you can see, I don't have much written in this box because for basically the sole fact that this lesson was mainly geared towards looking at scatter plots. And so if I put a bunch of scatter plots on this page, it just would have taken up a lot of space. So I wrote a note in this section that says this lesson was about using functions and data displays to answer questions. Be sure to go back and look at examples in notes and practice problems. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this be sure note. So as you study for your summative assessment, that'll be coming up in a little while. You will see that and hopefully go back into your lesson 1.1F part 1 notes and practice problems to help you better understand what was covered in this lesson. So then let's go ahead and move into lesson 1.1F part 2. Now, lesson 1.1F part 2 is looking at evaluating functions given specific information. So in this lesson, we are still dealing with data and we're still dealing with numbers, but in a more abstract way. And we're using them with different types of functions / equations. So I have 3 examples that we're going to go ahead and walk through here, just so you get in the hang of working with functions, plugging in information to get a specific outcome. So example 1 says, given f of x equals negative 3x plus 1, find f of negative 4. So basically what we are given here, or the information that we are provided, is first we're given a function or an equation, and then we're given some information or what's called an input value. So this negative 4 is going to be our input value that we're going to use in place of the x variable into our function. As you can see, our function starts out with f of x. So here we are claiming that x is negative 4. So when I go to rewrite this function, anywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace with the number negative 4. So I'm going to take f, instead of x, I'm going to put in negative 4. And then I'm going to have equals negative 3. And because there's another x right here, I'm going to go ahead and use parentheses and put negative 4 in its space or spot, and then not forgetting the plus 1 out back. Now, the reason why I use parentheses is very important. This is part of function notation, or the way we write functions. Anytime that you are putting information in place of something else or into an equation, you're going to want to use parentheses just for the fact of in the future, when we start squaring these numbers or cubing these numbers, what's in parentheses matters. So please, anytime that you're taking information and plugging it into something else, use parentheses. I cannot stress that enough. Now, when I look at my function and I'm looking for what my next step is, holy cow, there's something like up with the screen here. Hopefully that goes away quickly. I'm going to go ahead and use, I'm going to pause this because this is not good.